A family is seen at the beginning of the film, which has mother and son. They were moving to another city because that boy named Zach's mother was being transferred to the city. Zach was not happy to come here because he used to live in New York before. Now they reach a new house, and Zach goes outside to collect his luggage. Then he encounters a neighbor girl who is his age fellow. She is very charming and calls Zach to her. Then they both tell their identity to each other. That girl's name is Hannah. They are talking with each other. Then Hannah's father appears there, and he asks Zach, "Why have you visited at our house? Never appear again at my house or around my daughter." Hearing it, Zach feels ill. When Zach is taking his luggage out, coming to the house, he finds out the photo of his late father. Seeing that photo, Zach is grieved. Next day, it is seen that Zach leads to his school, along with his mother, where he meets a boy who says to him that Friday is a party day at school. "You must visit, we will meet." Saying it, he leaves from here. Zach encounters Hannah when he returns to his house, who is saying to him, "I apologize for what my father said to you." Zach replies, "It's okay." Hannah says that you are new here, so I take you to a particular location here. You had never ever viewed such a place before. You will enjoy a lot there. Then they together move to the amusement park. It had been abandoned for many years. Zach was feeling comfortable in the company of Hannah. They both talk too much, then return to the house. Zach asks Hannah, "Will you go with me to anywhere on this weekend?" Then Hannah tells, "I will tell you after deciding." Then Hannah's father comes there again. He says to Zach, "I had forbidden you, so it is your last chance now. You will repent if you don't stop." Zach leaves from there and starts studying, going to his house. Meantime, he begins to hear some sounds from Hannah's house, as Hannah is weeping. Hannah's father is warning her, "You will not step out of the house now on." Hannah says, "I want to make new friends. I want to go outside." And her father begins shouting, saying, "No," and these voices were getting loud. Zach feels as he is beating Hannah. He calls police there. As the police approaches there, then her father tells that Hannah is not at house from the last 2 days. She has gone to another city along with her mother. Then Zach says, "I have witnessed Hannah here. I am here after a meeting with her." Police officers step in the house of Hannah, but they don't catch the sight of Hannah. Zach's mother pardons Hannah's mother, but Zach knew that he has hidden Hannah somewhere in the house. Zach does not understand how should he help Hannah. He contacts the same school friend who had offered him a party. Zach tells that friend when he arrives at his house that a man has imprisoned her daughter in our neighbor. He behaves strictly with her. "I called you here for this cause, that you may help me and that girl." They were waiting to avail the chance to visit his house. Then it is observed that Hannah's father drives away, and they had a good chance for them. They go inside the house of Hannah, but the surprising fact was this: they don't find Hannah anywhere. Then they move to the cellar where Hannah's father had set a trap. They come out of that place. They notice a bookshelf having many placed books, which had been written by a single author, and these were locked. Zach's friend tells him, "This author used to write only the terrible stories, and we don't know where he disappeared." Then Hannah approaches there, and they both are badly scared, and that book drops down from the grip of his hand. That book's lock is broken, and it is opened. That book was emitting light. Then a white gorilla appears from that book, which was the character of the book. It attacks Zach's friend, but Zach secures him. Then that white gorilla comes out of that house, damaging everything as books. Another book had also unlocked. This white gorilla had a name in this book, Snowman. Now Zach, his friend, and Hannah run to an ice rink, which was a frosty place. Hannah says, "We will have to send Snowman back into the book," but Snowman drops down the book. 3 of them hide at a place while running, but Snowman also reaches there. Hannah's father comes from the backside as it is nearly to attack them, and he locks Snowman in the book while opening it. And then they drive away, taking 3 of them. He was in rage. Zach was suspecting that Hannah's father is the author of these books. Hannah's father says to Zach, reaching home, "Just forget what you witnessed." Then Zach requests, "Tell me what the actual matter is." Then Hannah's father reveals that, "I suffered an allergy in my childhood. I could not go outside for this reason, and the rest of the children used to throw stone at my house window. I used to write the books, keeping myself at house. I wrote all these terrible stories, sitting in the loneliness. And what happened now that the presented characters in the book begin to enliven? So I have locked them. Hannah's father tells him it is not out of danger to stay here now, so collect all books. We are going to another place to stay. Then Hannah's father notices that another book is also unlocked, and there is Dummy seated near it on the sofa. It was the character of that book. Hannah's father tries to resend that dummy into the book wittingly, but that slappy dummy understands and burns all books, and it builds army, including the small toys, which begin to attack them. But Zach and his friend burn those toys. Afterwards, those toys take their form again. They come out of the house, rescuing themselves. Then they witness that Dummy had freed all monsters and creatures of the books from the books before burning them, which are bringing a destruction throughout the city. Observing it, they get worried too much. They declare, we will have to search for that dummy at any cost. For this, Zach suggests to Hannah's father, write this story again, which has as all character return to their books again, and it is the only way to send them back into that book. Then Hannah's father says, this is a good idea, but I have hidden the typewriter in school through which I type the books. They get in their vehicle to drive to the school, but a gigantic insect stops their vehicle on the way. And it was also a type of character in one of the books.it begins to ruin their vehicle. At the same time, they move to the nearby supermarket. But there was also werewolf in the supermarket, which was eating the lying meat there. Then it moves ahead to attack them. Closing the door of that supermarket, they come outside. But werewolf had also come outside, breaking off the door, and it was preceding them. Then Zach's aunt reaches there, who used to live in this city before. She hits her car with the werewolf.so. It falls into the garbage can. It is wounded. Zach says to his aunt, go to me, mother. They pass through the graveyard in order to go to school. Zach observes there that Hannah is glistening under the moonlight. Then all dead bodies bring to come out from the graves, and dead bodies attempt to attack them. Somehow, they come out of the gate of graveyard. Now they move to school. They start searching the typewriter. Reaching the school, Hannah's father tells Zach that I tell you today, who is Hannah and why was she glistening in the moonlight? Actually, she is also my portrayed character. I had left alone too much, so I thought to write a book where I portray a character like the human being, and it may also seem real before the world.so. I take Hannah out. Unlocking that book.so. It was the cause I never used to go her outside and meet the people, so anyone may not know about it, even though Hannah does also not know about it. Otherwise, she will be saddened. Zach understands that Hannah's father is a good-hearted man. Then Hannah tells them while coming there that typewriter has been searched out. Hannah's father says, close all the doors of the school so no monster may arrive here. I will type book in loneliness. At that time, you may go somewhere else in this school. Now 3 of them move to a school party, which was being conducted in the hall. Zach tells everyone, going there, take care yourselves, because monsters had also approached there. Don't open the single door, otherwise they also enter the school. But that giant insect was already present there. It is possible that it may have reached there while chasing them. It attacks a present guard there. Zach says to all of them, the author is typing a book in the same school to resend the monsters into the book.so. We have to care them, so no monster may go to his room.so. They begin to set the things before the door.it is seen out of the school. That dummy had also reached there, opening all books. It brings all monstrous characters out, and it burns the books. She had built her army, which was going to battle against human beings. On the other side, it is seen that Hannah's father is typing that book in the hall. Meantime, Dummy appears there. Hannah's father tries to stop it, but that dummy injures his fingers.so. He may not type. Zach and Hannah reach there. They bring him out at that place where the other students of school were gathered. They had also lifted a typewriter with them. Hannah's father is upset, thinking that if no remedy could be found soon, then these monsters will never return, and this world will be ruined. He says to them, Slappy Dummy is after me, and it will chase me if I go outside, and remaining monsters will also do the same while chasing it.asa result. This place will be freed from those monsters, and we will plan that all monsters together may be killed at a time. Then it is seen that dummy is outside. Then a school bus is moving there, which comes out of school. That dummy thinks that there are sane people inside, who is running from the school. Then he leads all monsters to that bus, and all monsters come on that bus. They notice, while opening the bus, that there is not Hannah's father or anyone else, but there was a fake man, and there was also traps set in that bus. ASA bomb will be blasted with the opening of that door. And it happens the same. All monsters are ended with the explosion of the bomb. Now it is noticed that Zach, his friend, Hannah, and her father are driving away in another bus. They move to the amusement park, where Zach and Hannah had visited in the beginning. There Zach begins to type the same story which was being told by Hannah's father. Because monsters were still alive. They had stopped because of that bomb for a while, but they cannot come to end without book story. The dummy also arrives there, which unlocked the last remaining book. A very threatening monster appears from there. It was such a monster which could eat anyone, moving beside it. Hannah's father says to Zach, "Write yourself the further story. You seem brilliant." And he himself goes to stop that monster. As Hannah's father goes before that monster. Then it engulfs him. On the other side, Zach, his friend, and Hannah come on the scene, who are completing the book story. But that dummy glimpses them. It says to all monsters, "Stop them," moving towards them. They are sitting on the amusement ride, and it is fallen down because of the attack of a monster. Fortunately, they were secure, and Zach has also typed the complete book story. But those monsters were unaware, thinking how anyone can write the book soon. But it was the brilliancy of Zach that he had written that book. Now the last part was to open that book. Then all monsters return to the book. Hannah also moves to that book, along with all monsters. Zach did not want it, so he is confused, either he should open book or not. And he also tries to reveal to Hannah before it that you are the imaginary character of this book. Hannah tells, "Yeah, I knew, but I just did not want to hurt you. I wanted to make you realize that I am also a human being." And she forcefully snatches that book from Zach, and she opens it, putting on the ground. And light flash descended from the sky with the opening of the book, and all monsters returned to that book, including Dummy, which was nearly to kill Hannah's father. And it says, "I will return back." And it is observed that Hannah also begins to move into the book while shining. But Zach was dejected because he did not wish it that she may return to book. He attempts to stop her, but Hannah moves to that book like other monsters. Then it is seen that Zach and Hannah's father are fully sad because they had affections for her. Now it is witnessed that situation of the city had restores as per routine. But Zach used to remember Hannah till now. One day he encounters Hannah's father going to the school, who had been hired as a professor there. They talk about Hannah after the school time. Then Zach catches the sight of Hannah. Hannah's father says to him, "Look here, I have written a new book through which Hannah came back into this world. I knew that you had developed affectionate feelings for Hannah, and also Hannah." Hannah and Zach feel satisfaction meeting each other. Hannah's father also feels satisfaction. Hannah's father is seen working on the typewriter. At that time, someone is typing itself on the typewriter. The statement reads, "The Invisible Boy's Revenge." It was such a monster which was unseen, and it was going to take revenge from them. Witnessing it, Hannah's father's skin bumps are raised. Nothing has come to the stability. The movie also completes on this scene, and if you liked it, then please like and subscribe the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon.